is me when I wake up in the morning, Tuesday morning, 10:16 a.m. my time here in Kansas. Does anyone deserve to make $5 billion a year? Does anyone deserve to make more than $0 a year? Motivation. One person makes it, then everybody should have a right to make that much money. No limits on money. There should be no Nazi, communist, punk ass mafia limits on how much money individuals make like me. $1 million a second for my consulting. I'm open for business. Anybody wants to pay me? Let's talk. Big 12, Big 8, Big 10, Purdue, Ivy League. Dad went to Ivy League. He wasn't a billionaire. More my motivation for a large part. Just expensive schools. I guess he had scholarships. He was more of a straight A student, and I was more of a perfect ACT score student, I guess. I don't know. That's Harvard versus Yale. Harvard goes for grade point, and Yale just goes for standardized test scores. I don't know. Heard that shit. Yale, Well, I grew up in a different world than I guess other people grew up in. And, if you go to a Big 12 school, Big 8 school, fine, they're all Big 8, Big 12. Engineering in the Big 8, well, very, very few other majors compare. ACT percent's ACT percent. Whether you go to Big 8, Big 10, Ivy League, anything, whatever, some little teeny private school around here, liberal arts school, whatever. ACT scores have increased in average since I took them in 78, 79, so 96% in 78, 79. The score is probably lower than the score now that's equivalent to a 96%. Kind of like these football players. 300 pounds back then was just a big old fat guy. Now 350 pounds, can sprint, jump. There's not an ounce of fat on them. So really, the whole thing is 96%. There's no such thing as a perfect score. Because some of the questions don't have correct answers. And we can just go on and on about all this shit. And I didn't get everything with just the ACT score. So really, the ACT percent by itself, is that good enough to get to billions and trillions? I don't think so, not in my experience. But we'll just start that back paycheck starting right there at that ACT percent. And all the punks who say my degrees don't matter. Merrill Lynch, Kansas Securities Commission, we just say that back paycheck starts at kindergarten. Because I graduated from kindergarten. You people are flunk out of kindergarten equivalents who should never be empowered to evaluate and judge people like me. Need to be identified publicly to the nation and put away. That's the way it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to be the highest paid man in the country among them. I'm supposed to be a billionaire because I feel like it. I've earned the right to demand these things. Engineers demand, are in demand. I demand $1 million a second. Okay? Maybe I'll take a shower. Go do some Uber today. Can't do any day trades today, so a couple of trades are locked in until tomorrow. I can't do anything.